you ever wished like me that you could wave a magic wand and all of your conversations that you have during a coaching conversation goes perfect? And when I mean by perfect, you know the goals that you want to achieve, you can look at and explore all the options that are available for you, you understand what you can and you can't do, and then you have an action plan that you can commit to. That sounds awesome. And all you have to do is wave a magic wand. Well, you can't, okay? You may think you can, but you can't. You're gonna have to put the work in to be able to reach your goals, to help your team member reach their goals, to be able to brainstorm, understand the reality of what you can and can't do, recognize who can help you and who can't help you, and then make those goals, make those actions and commit to be able to doing them. Well, guess what? In this episode, I'm gonna talk to you through this awesome model called Grow. Welcome back, my awesome YouTube family. Thank you to those that have subscribed and have watched my videos. I really appreciate it. And to anybody that's watching for the first time, thank you for stopping by. If you like what you see and what you hear, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can always stay up to date in when I drop a new video.
So why is Grow such a big deal, Natalie? Why am I so excited about the model Grow?
Grow can help you as a leader, and you can help your team members have a more clear, focused approach in how they can achieve their goals and how they can achieve and boost their career. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through now this 4-step method and how you can apply it to your coaching conversations that you have with your team. This is also for you if you are a coachee. I'm talking to you leaders because you will have a supervisor that will have coaching conversations with you and how you can apply the 4-step method. I'm going to tell you a story about me, and the story I'm going to tell you again focuses on managing my time and time management. Clearly one might be thinking,
Natalie, you might have a serious problem with managing your time.
I have lots of stories about where I've struggled to manage with my time and I've managed my time more effectively. I've got stories and scars of what not to do and what you should do. And I'm living proof that these practices, these techniques do work. So when I talk a lot about managing my time, it's also because it's something that's very dear to me and very important to me in making sure that I always apply the techniques. So Natalie is working again long hours. This is all when I was in the corporate world. And Natalie is working at the weekends as well. Now, Natalie's getting all of her work done. Everybody's really happy. Everybody is really impressed by the quality of my work and the quantity of my work. What ended up happening is I was working every weekend, working all of these long hours. Everybody might have been happy with what I'm doing, but I was slowly burning myself out. I spoke to my supervisor, who instead of saying to me,
I'm going to take this task away from you and we're going to delegate it out to this team member, or I'm going to speak to that person that gave you all of this work because this can't continue and we're going to come to an agreement where you don't get all of that work.
Instead of making it easier for me or getting a hammer and just being like, yep, that's fixed, that's fixed, that's fixed, that's fixed. She didn't do that. She had conversations with me. She had coaching conversations with me, and she applied the Grow model. We were able to unpack the reasons. Why have I been given this work? Who gave me this work? Who made a decision on the deadline? When she started talking like this, asking these type of questions, there was these light bulb moments that were coming on. I was able now to realize that it isn't about the work that was being given to me or how often the work was being given to me. It was about the fact that I was saying yes to everything. I should have taken on what the person wanted me to do or the department wanted me to do and actually internalize and think and reflect. Is this something that I should be doing? Should I be doing this right now? Is there somebody else that can do this. Now, these are examples of how you would apply grow in a coaching conversation. Now, when you apply grow in the coaching conversation, it helps to structure the conversation. It helps to empower the coachee in regards to thinking about solutions themselves rather than you as a leader jumping in, swooping in, fixing the problem or making a decision. All you're doing is making your team member dependent on you. So first up we have goal. So I'm going to talk to you about goal and apply it to my story of managing my time better. When I had my first conversation with my supervisor, she asked me, all right, Natalie, what is your goal for this session? And my goal was that I wanted to reduce the hours that I'm working so that I only work my contractual hours during the day and that I no longer work at the weekends. At the time, I never knew that one of my goals was going to be learning how to say no. That came as we spoke more in the conversation. Now, when she asked me that question, so simple, what do you want to accomplish? It allowed me and helped me to think about what is the purpose of this conversation. And it helped my supervisor make sure that she was aligned with what I was looking to achieve. It was really important that my coach understood my goal so that we both are heading in the right direction in this coaching conversation. Next up is R, reality. Now, the reality piece is all around my coach asking me questions around what is happening right now. So she would ask me,
Natalie, how many things have you been asked to do in the last 2 days? Who asked you to do this?
I was able to understand what's happening right now. What is my reality? And my reality is I am getting work from this specific department, from this specific person, or I am saying yes to doing this. And then because I've said yes, I am doing the work at the weekends. What my supervisor was beginning to understand was that I wasn't delegating. And remember, at the time, I had my own team. Then the next one is O, options. So the options are really around getting me to brainstorm what options are available to me, not necessarily to do the work, but my goal is to reduce my hours and my goal is to not work at the weekend. What my supervisor then started to do was focus on options. So she'd say to me, okay, Natalie, so what are your options around being able to get to where you need to get to of not working anymore as long hours and not working at the weekend? And it sounds like it's a very simple question, which I should have asked myself, because when she asked me that question, I said, well, I have a team. I could delegate to my team more. So my options were to delegate to a team member. Delegation is pretty obvious, especially if you have a team that reports into you, you can delegate work. And I talk a lot about delegation, the power of delegation, how you can effectively delegate and get the win-win where you develop your team as well as giving yourself the opportunity to manage your time better. But the last two things around the deadlines that I set and the ability to say no, that was really, really significant for me. Realizing that I set my own deadlines when somebody hasn't asked me for the deadlines, and realizing that I say yes more than no has directly impacted me working longer hours and me working at the weekend. So let's go on to W, will. Now, the will, sometimes will can be wrap up as well, but essentially will, wrap up, it's the key actions, it's the next steps. This is all around what are you going to do next? What are you going to commit to? It's your goals, it's your action plan. Will is really all about the commitment, right? So is Natalie committed to these changes and to putting these things in action? My supervisor will ask me, okay, Natalie,
what are the 3 things from this conversation that we had that you can start doing now?
Applying more of my time management practices and staying committed to that. When I'm asked to do something extra, instead of me saying yes and committing, in my one-on-ones, I talk to my boss about what I've been asked to do. So there you have it, folks. My coaching champions, your guide to applying the GROW model to every coaching conversation in just 4 simple steps. Woohoo! Now, folks, leaders, coaching champions, I guarantee that applying the GROW approach, understanding the goals, investing in understanding the reality, helping your coachee to explore all options and brainstorm, and then deciding what your coachee is going to commit to and the action plan that they are going to create. I guarantee that this approach is going to help your employee, is going to help your coachee thrive, to boost their career, boost their potential. It's going to help you as a leader to sharpen your coaching skills and your coaching techniques to help your team members thrive. So my coaching champions, that's it. It's time for me to say goodbye. But you know, before I say goodbye and see you later, you know I'm going to be talking about the stop, start, continue exercise. So you ready?
Yes.
My coaching champions, what are you going to stop doing so that you can be more of an effective coach? What are you going to start doing? Think about the GROW model and what we talked about today at each step of the GROW approach. What technique or what strategy can you start to do right now? And what are you going to continue doing? Remember, folks, remember my coaching champions, you are doing so much more right now as a leader that is right. So I want you to think about what are you doing that has worked very well for you in your coaching conversation journey, and to continue to doing that. Folks, I'd love it if you could share your thoughts and drop it in the comments, because by doing that, you are helping somebody else out. Thank you, my subscribers, for watching. Thank you for my viewers. If you stayed until the end, I'm so happy. Now, if you liked my video, if what I said was helpful, if you enjoyed watching me and listening to this video, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and make sure that you hit that notification bell. And remember, everybody, to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed.